الله وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. أما بعد، قال شيخ سليمان بن سليم الله الرحيلي حفظه الله ورعاه: الأصل السابع من فقه الفتن لزوم هال الخيل عقلاء في الخيل هال الإيمان والبصيرة، وفي العقل حجز عن الشر، ومن قل عقله أوشك أن يكون من الوقاعين في الفتن. فعن أبي موسى الأشعري رضي الله عنه قال: قال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم: أخاف عليكم الحوج. قالوا: وما الحوج يا رسول الله عليه الصلاة والسلام؟ قال: القتل. قالوا: وأكثر مما يقتل اليوم، إنا لنقتل في اليوم من المشركين كذا وكذا. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم: ليس قتل المشركين ولكن قتل بعضكم بعضا. قالوا: وفينا كتاب الله؟ قال: وفيكم كتاب الله عز وجل. قالوا: ومعنى عقولنا؟ قال: إنه ينتزع عقول عامة ذلك الزمان ويخلف هباه من الناس، يحسبون أنهم على شيء وليسوا على شيء. رواه الحاكم وابن ماجه وأحمد. يقول شيخ الإسلام ابن تيمية رحمه الله: وإذا كان القلب معمورا بالتقوى انجلت له الأمور وانكشفت، بخلاف القلب الخراب المظلم. قال حذيفة بن يمان رضي الله عنهما: إن في قلب المؤمن سراجا يزهر. وفي الحديث الصحيح: إن الدجال مكتوب بين عينيه كافر يقرأه كل مؤمن قارئ وغير قارئ. فدل على أن المؤمن يتبين له ما لا يتبين لغيره، ولا سيما في الفتن. وانكشف له حال الكذاب الوداع على الله ورسوله، فإن الدجال أكذب خلق الله، مع أن الله يجريه على يديه أمورا هاهلة، يجريه على يديه أمورا يجري على يديه أمورا هاهلة ومخاريق مزلزلة، حتى أن ما رآه افتتن به، فيكشفها الله للمؤمن حتى يعتقد كذبها وابتلانها. وكلما قوي الإيمان في القلب قوي الانكشاف الأمور له، وعرف حقائقها من بواطنها. وكلما ضعف الإيمان ضعف الكشف، وذلك مثل السراج القوي والسراج الضعيف في البيت المظلم. الأصل الثامن. جزاكم الله خيرا.
البيان في هذا إن الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا. من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له. أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له، وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلوات الله وسلامه عليه. Today, inshallah, we have two aspects of this class. The aspect where we shall read this book, Fiqh Al-Fitan. The aspect where we shall give a very brief reminder about Ramadan. I think we discussed that, we mentioned it in the last class. There is no way, there shouldn't be any gathering of Muslims now where Ramadan is not mentioned. Muslims should not gather anywhere now without talking about Ramadan. Inshallah, we'll spend the time, we'll halve it between reading our book and then reminding ourselves about Ramadan. Al-Aslu Sabi, we started it in the last class. The Shaykh said in it, Hafizahullah, he said, من فقه الفتن لزوم أهل الخير. من فقه الفتن لزوم أهل الخير. From the rulings of Islam regarding the times of fitan is لزوم أهل الخير, sticking to the people of goodness, people of righteousness. Do what they do, say what they say, keep quiet when they keep quiet, stay where they stay, and so on. لزوم أهل الخير, the people of righteousness, stick to them. These people, they are al-uqala fil khayr. They are very, very intelligent people upon goodness. Their deep thoughts are thoughts of goodness. Some people, their deep thoughts are thoughts of evil. They are the engineers of evil in every society. But uqala'ul khayr, al-uqala'u fil khayr, they are the engineers of goodness in every community. They are the ones who will look at strategically where should we place a masjid. Strategically, what kind of a person should lead the masjid. They understand the society and they have a deep knowledge of their religion. And then as individuals, their thoughts are deep. Because the depth of thought varies from one person to the other. Unfortunately, we usually don't recognize ourselves. We don't recognize that regarding ourselves. So you will not know who to choose as your Nāsir. Who will advise me? If you don't know who is a person that Allah has blessed with arojile, deep thoughts, you cannot choose a good Nāsir. If you know someone that Allah has blessed with deep thoughts, deep guided thoughts upon goodness, you will know who to seek advice from. Nítorí pé àrònú sí àwọn ẹni tọ́lọ̀ ń bùn lẹ́bùn àròjinlẹ̀ láwùjọ, àròjinlẹ̀ lórí dáadáa láwùjọ, àròjinlẹ̀ lórí aburú náà wà o. Àwọn aláròjinlẹ̀ lórí aburú ni wọ́n máa, àwọn ni wọ́n mọ gbogbo tí wọ́n ṣe tábà ti ṣe léyìn léyìn ṣẹlẹ̀, tábà ti ṣe nǹkan báyìí ló ṣẹlẹ̀. Àwọn yẹn náà wà, those people are there today. So if you don't look for someone, this one, like Allah has blessed this person with deep thoughts, Allah has also blessed him with some good understanding of Islam. It will be easy for you to find a Nāsir. When they are fitan, you'll be watching what does he say, what does he do. Because he's going to employ it in the time of people. May Allah protect all of us. So these people are al-uqala'u fil khayr. They are people of deep thought and intelligence upon goodness. They are also ahlul iman wal basira. They are people of sound faith wal basira and deep insight. Deep insight. Wa fil aqli. They have two things now we have mentioned. Al-aqlu wa mada? Al-iman. They have what? Al-aqlu and what? Iman. So he says, وَفِي الْأَقْلِ حَجْزٌ عَنِ الشَّرِّ. Their deep thought will protect, will be a protection. Deep thinking is a protection from evil. A person who really thinks deep, you will not find him near evil. You will not find him. And when people fall into evil, if he is ever asked about it, he will start making them realize that they were foolish in the first place to have gotten to that evil. So we didn't think it like that, because the level of the people's insight varies from person to person. So these people, al-aqlu hajizun an shar, deep thought is a means of protection from evil. وَمَنْ قَلَّ عَقْلُهُ, anyone who hardly thinks deeply, أَوْشَكَ أَنْ يَكُونَ مِنَ الْوَقَائِينَ فِي الْفِتَنِ, most likely he will be amongst the people waqa'in, easily and repeatedly they fall into fitan, because he did not think about the consequence of his statement or the consequence of his act. He got to act always in a fitan, always in the fitna, always in a fitna, always in a fitna. Sometimes he himself will be thinking, why is it that always I'm in a trouble? I have seen somebody like that. It's always saying, why is it that every time I have trouble? What kind of life is this? Yoruba, what will other Yorubas tell him? He doesn't know that his problem is lack of deep thought. He does not think deeply. His thought, his insight is shallow and not deep. You know book, you know now we talk about the reading self. To have deep insight is one thing, to have knowledge is another thing. So he may be knowledgeable and he does not have deep insight. He will always get into trouble. So someone who is only little knowledgeable near him will be the one telling him, what this. May Allah protect. وَمَنْ قَلَّ عَقْلُهُ أَوْشَكَ أَنْ يَكُونَ مِنَ الْوَقَائِينَ فِي الْفِتَنِ. One of the reasons why people get into a lot of fitna is because of what? Small intelligence. Even if he thinks that he's sensible and intelligent, it's not sensible, he's not intelligent. So after every action, his stupidity will be exposed. So his pattern, where you see fitna, you see him. Like the Messenger said, alayhi salatu wasalam, يَحَسِبُ أَنَّهُ أَحَدُهُمْ أَنَّهُ عَلَى شَيْءٍ. These kinds of people, they usually think that they are brilliant. وَلَيْسُ عَلَى شَيْءٍ. But they are foolish. He doesn't know anything. It's far from being any person that is reasonable. Unfortunately, these kinds of people, they also like to talk about big matters that affect the generality of the community. Those are the people in the hadith the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam refers to as Ruwaybidah. Ruwaybidah. Rajulun saf yatakallam fil amri al-am. One small, young, unintelligent person. He amounts to nothing in the society, but he wants to talk about big issues. The Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, Shaykh Sulayman Ar-Ruhayli, he wants to make us know the importance of being sensible and of deep insight, and follow the people of sense and deep insight during fitna. He wants to give us a hadith why we should be like that. What's the evidence for what he has said? He mentions a hadith from Abū Nāsir al-Ash'ari radiyallahu anhu. قال النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. Abū Nāsir al-Ash'ari said, the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa alihi wa sallam said, أَخَافُ عَلَيْكُمُ الْحَرْجِ. I fear al-harj for you. I fear that you, alaykum, my ummah, I fear that you have al-harju. قَالُوا وَمَا الْحَرْجُ يَا رَسُولَ اللَّهِ. They say, what does it mean to say al-harj, O Messenger of Allah? قَالَ al-qatlu, killing. Killing. I fear killings amongst you. Iqani, killing yourself. So the companions would not imagine that a group of Muslims or Muslims will be the ones killing themselves. The companions could not imagine, because there's Quran that says وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا النَّفْسَ الَّتِي حَرَّمَ اللَّهُ إِلَّا بِالْحَقِّ The Quran says, وَلَا تَقْتُلُوا أَنفُسَكُمْ. The Quran says, وَكَتَبْنَا عَلَيْهِمْ فِيهَا أَنَّ النَّفْسَ بِالنَّفْسِ. So after all these verses in the Quran, is it imaginable that a group of Muslims will be killing another group of Muslims? So they interpreted it to mean the Muslims killing the mushrikun. So they said to the Prophet Muhammad, وَأَكْثَرُ مَا يُقْتَلُ الْيَوْمِ إِنَّا لَنَقْتُلُ فِي الْيَوْمِ مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ كَذَا وَكَذَا. Say, oh, good, messenger of Allah. أَكْثَرُ مِمَّا يُقْتَلُ الْيَوْمِ. It means today we are going to kill a lot of people, the Muslims. They thought they were thinking about the Prophet talking about mushrikun. Today, surely, certainly, لَنَقْتُلُ فِي الْيَوْمِ مِنَ الْمُشْرِكِينَ كَذَا وَكَذَا. We shall surely kill amongst the people, the polytheists, so number today. We kill polytheists today. The companions were saying that. رضي الله عنه. فقال النبي صلى الله عليه وآله وسلم. The messenger then said عليه الصلاة والسلام ليس قتل المشركين ولكن قتل بعضكم بعضا. I'm not talking about al-harju to mean Muslims killing polytheists. No. I am talking about قتل بعضكم بعضا. I'm talking about a group of Muslims killing another group of Muslims. Some Muslims killing some Muslims. That's what I am talking about. The companions retorted, radiyallahu anhum. They said, وَفِينَا كِتَابُ اللَّهِ. Prophet of Allah, we will kill ourselves when there is Quran. Allah would have taken away the Quran at that time. The Quran will be with us and we will still kill ourselves. The Prophet said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, you will do that wafikum kitabullah. You will kill yourself even if the book of Allah is with you. Quran wala riyo. Quran wala riyo. Ema kambet wala taqtulu nafsa allati haram Allah. Ema kambet wala taqtulu anfusakum. Ema kambet katabna alayhim fiha anna an-nafsa. Siba ema parain muslimin. Nas'alullah salamata. This is the point of reference. The companions then asked the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wassalam, وَمَعْنَا أُقُولُنَا. So the first thing that can prevent confusion and commotion in the community, the first thing that will prevent it is following Kitabullah. Meaning that if we follow Kitabullah, لَا نَقْتُلُ بَعْضَنَا أَوْ بَعْضُنَا بَعْضًا. If we follow the book of Allah, a group of Muslims will not kill another group of Muslims. So okay, there is a Quran, and yet people will still kill themselves. The second thing that will prevent that kind of a thing is what? Al-Aql, or Ma. So that was why they told the Prophet Muhammad alayhi salatu wa ma'na ukumina. Will we be killing ourselves even when we are still reasonable? It means when you see people killing themselves, what is it that has gone off from them? Sense. Intellect has gone away. Insight has gone away. Deep thoughts have gone away. So any community where you find that killing is common, the people there have become useless idiots, foolish people. No sense. Wherever killing becomes common in a community, the people have lost the sense of following the Quran. They have also forgotten and thrown away deep insight and good intelligence. So they will be like animals in the wilderness. Go. May Allah protect all of us. The Prophet said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, إِنَّهُ يُنْزَعُ أُكُولُ عَامَةِ ذَلِكَ الزَّمَانِ. You see now the sense would have gone. The Prophet said, Amatu Zalika Zaman, the large majority of the people at that time, Yunza'uku, their intelligence, their minds, their deep thoughts would have been taken away. At that time when killing would be common, àwọn èèyàn ò ní jẹ́ ọlọ́pọlọ mọ́, Ọlọ́run bó ti mú ọpọlọ wọn lọ. وَيُخْلَقُ هَبَاءٌ مِّنَ النَّاسِ. Those who will be left behind amongst the people will be haba. Eluba. You know when you make eluba? Dust. You know how it is in the sky. What is the weight of it? Negligible. Àwọn èèyàn tí ò jẹ́ mọ́ nǹkan kan ni ó pọ̀ jù. Individuals who amount to nothing. Majority of the people will not amount to anything. Where you see killings common amongst the people, the large majority of the people don't amount to anything. No education, no knowledge, no guidance from the book of Allah, no intelligence, no deep thought, no insight, no respect for humanity, no self-respect, no dignity. All of these things would have gone away. And that's why if you look at those communities, you see the wretchedness written in the face of the people. Wherever killing becomes common, you see wretchedness is written on the face of the people. So the Prophet said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, يُخْلَقُ هَبَاءٌ مِّنَ النَّاسِ. Useless idiots, they will be the large majority in the people. يَحْسِبُونَ أَنَّهُمْ عَلَى شَيْءٍ. They will be thinking that they amount to something. وَلَيْسُ عَلَى شَيْءٍ. But they amount to nothing. Useless idiots. Most of the people who make comments on Twitter write very bad English. Have you noticed that? You'll be wondering, where did you school from? So when you write bad English, the very likely thing is that the logic behind what you are writing will be zero. Have you noticed that? When someone writes badly, when the grammar is bad, the logic will be bad. I'm an author. If the writing is bad, the logic will be bad. Don't look for logic when the writing is bad. Bad English, yes. Because the good language will convey good logic. Good language will convey good logic. When the language is bad, you will not see the logic. The logic will have been lost in the evil presentation of the expression. So the first thing, you want to edit a work, you read two paragraphs first. When the sentences lack concord, when they are bad, spelling errors, you start thinking, oh, I'm in trouble. Because you are almost likely going to rewrite the entire thing. You'll be looking for what does he want to say. That's what you'll be trying to look for in every passage. First, what does he want to express? Then you reverb, you make the verbiage again. You make the verbiage again all along. So when people write badly, don't expect that the logic has anything to come back. No matter how small that badness is in that language, it will affect the logic in what the person is writing. That's why from the first things you appreciate about a good work, it's a good language. Good language. If the logic of that writing is bad, the editor will comment about the language, that the language is sound. Because he will quickly pick the logic. He can say, I disagree with him. You can disagree with his logic. But you will not be able to throw his papers away. Why? He has conveyed something that is wrong in a nice manner. In fact, you like somebody else to read it. You read it too. Yes, I don't agree with him, but he presented it in a nice manner. So when the language is bad, the logic will be bad. So when people tweet, if you read some tweets, you will be sorry for our generation. It is worse on Facebook. It is worse on Facebook. When I was in youth service, someone told me he needed some money because of the office I was occupying. He told me verbally he needed some money. I said, write it down. He's a graduate, youth corps member. 2003, 2002, 2001, 2002. I said, write it down. Give me a letter. I cannot read the letter. At that time, I could not read the letter. I could not, what does he want? I was wondering, what does he want? If not that he had told me what he wanted verbally, I cannot get a message of what he wants from that writing. These are the people who should be teachers now. Do you know between 2001, 2002 to today, the situation has been worse? Go and read WAEC question, you will understand the mentality of the people we are dealing with now. I was reading a physics question. Last, is it Neko or White? You would think that you are reading English languages. You know the difference between physics and English. Ikhwa, Abu Ali, where is Abu? Is there a difference between physics and English? But if you read physics, it appeared like GS3 English languages. Physics appearing like GS3. You know what that means? So they have reduced the standard. So, and this is a generation where everybody has a say. Yes, you say, look, this is my opinion, and I'm entitled to my opinion. Who are you? You are not. This is what the social media has done to a lot of people. Everybody thinks that he's something. You are nothing, Mr. Man. You are nothing. You only need to think a little bit. Unfortunately, you don't even have the head to think. So how will you know that you are nothing? He doesn't know that he is nothing. Al-Imam al-Zahabi rahimahullah, رَجُلٌ لَا يَعْرِفُ نَفْسَهُ كَيْفَ يَعْرِفُ غَيْرَهُ. And so, he doesn't know who he is. Can he know somebody else? So you see, in the slightest disagreement two people have, you start seeing the next person asking, do you know who am I? Do you know who I am? You are talking to me like that? I have a right to say what I want. I have my opinion. These are the things two women brought to the houses of their husbands. They want to be having opinions inside the house of their husband. Opinion here for taking two thoughts. Opinion for man is here. Our own mother, that was what we heard from their mouth. It's about Sonani. But today, woman has her own. She'll be analyzed. You know, وَلَيْسُوا عَلَى شَيْءٍ يَحْسِبُونَ أَحَدُهُمْ أَنَّهُ يَحْسِبُ أَحَدُهُمْ أَنَّهُ عَلَى شَيْءٍ وَلَيْسَ عَلَى شَيْءٍ. The people in this time think that they are upon something, but they are upon nothing. So when Abu takes a decision, they say, no, Abu, how could you have done that without consulting? After all, we formed this family together. No! I married you and brought you to my house. We didn't form it together. I came and carried you and brought you. I collected you from your father. So how could we have done it together? I carry you and then pay money on your head, carry you like this, give you mattress, give you clothes, give you mat, bring you to my house, feed you, and then we are doing it together. It can't be together. How can it be together? I came to your father's house. Say, give me the hand of your daughter. I drag your hand like this to my house. How can we be together? We are not the same. Should we get it clearly? We are not the same. وَلَيْسَ الذَّكَرُ كَالْأُنثَى. Ọkọ àti ìyàwó wọ́n ṣe kankan náà abẹ́ ọkọ ìyàwó wà. Arabs, when they want to ask or mention about a woman, they say tahtahu, come in the hu. How many does he have? Or they say come tahtahu. How many is under him? Abere. But today they think that, oh, I'm BS engineering. In BS engineering, did they teach you how to be a wife? It's part of the mistakes parents are making. Teach your daughter how to be a wife. If she has a PhD, she may not be able to live successfully as a wife. Oh. There is no course from BSc to PhD that is about being a wife. Teach your daughters how to be a wife. Likewise, teach your sons how to be husbands. A PhD degree does not guarantee that I can be a good husband. Teach them, this is what is expected of a husband. Teach your girls. This is what is expected of a wife. Don't say if they are educated, they will know. They will not know anything. There is no course. Unfortunately, the brains are so down that if there is no course on something, people can learn something. So now,
a person, a man is in Department of Accounting. They want to send him to Department of what? Administration. They first of all send him on a short course first. If they send him to the Department of Security, they send him also on short course. So everywhere he's going to, he has to go for a short course. But when he's moving from her father's house to my house, they didn't send her on a course. And you think that she can do well as a wife. Marriage itself is an institution. Now for mouth, they are saying it in the mouth. They do not prepare for that institution as they prepared for jams before they got into an institution. Prepare your children to be wives. Prepare your children to be husbands, as the case may be. Because if an unprepared husband marries a prepared wife, there will be trouble. He will be oppressing the wife. If an unprepared wife becomes married to a prepared man, she will become a recalcitrant wife. If an unprepared husband marries an unprepared wife, the home will explode. You'll be settling a war every day. But leave beating, they'll be beating. Me, I don't agree. You start with the girl saying that I want to go. Ustaz, is it lawful for a woman to learn taekwondo? When you start hearing those questions from sisters, Ustaz, Mazurata, can we learn taekwondo? Taekwondo? What do you want to do is the next time that he wants to slap me, I will give him judo. Prepare your children to be husbands. Prepare your children to be wives. Because we're in a generation where the mind is down. Intellect is low. Intellect is low. Everybody wants to have a say when they amount to nothing. But they don't know that they don't amount to nothing. You want to say something, you are nothing. Keep quiet. Otherwise, how does an undergraduate say that he has a say in who is the president of Nigeria? Undergraduate, you are still battling with Math 201. In my university, one of the deadly courses is Math 201. Numerical analysis. Yeah, that is your problem. It is who is president of Nigeria you are thinking about. Take a say, I'm a So on the social media, you too will be saying something. What are you saying? The Prophet said, sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, يُنْتَزَعُ كُلُّ عَامَةِ ذَلِكَ الزَّمَانِ. The intellect of the large majority of the people will be taken away at that time. وَيُخْلَقُ هَبَاءٌ مِنَ النَّاسِ. Those who will be left behind will be irresponsible people, men, human beings who amount to nothing. هَبَاءٌ مِنَ النَّاسِ. He said, alayhi salatu wa salam, يَحْسِبُونَ أَنَّهُمْ عَلَى شَيْءٍ. Each of them will be thinking that I am something. وَلَيْسُ عَلَى شَيْءٍ. تِجَامًا كَتَى. رواه حاكم وابن ماجه وأحمد. Al-Imam Hakim in Al-Mustadrak, Ibn Majah in his Sunan, and Imam Ahmad in his Musnad have reported this hadith. يقول شيخ الإسلام ابن تيمية رحمه الله. Shaykh Islam Ibn Taymiyyah said, explaining this point, he said, إذا كان القلب معمورا بالتقوى, إذا كان القلب, when a person's heart is controlled, is full of taqwa and controlled by taqwa, in jallat lahul umur, things will be clear to him. Incidences, affairs, events will be clear. When the people are confused, he is not confused. One kashafat, they will be opening up. When the events everywhere is muddled up, to him when he looks at it, there is nothing muddled up. Say this, do this, put this here, put this. He is a person of Iman and his mind is controlled by Iman. بِخِلَافِ الْقَلْبُ الْخَرَّابُ الْمُظْلِمُ. Different from al-qalb al-kharrab, a desolate mind, Empty mind. Al-Muslim, full of darkness. There is nothing in that mind. That mind will not know anything. قال حذيفة بن اليمان. حذيفة بن اليمان said, إن في قلب المؤمن سراجا يظهر. إن في قلب المؤمن سراجا يظهر. Certainly, indeed, the mu'min, the believer in Allah and His Messenger, he has a lamp, a source of light inside his heart. That source of light is bright. So from it, he gets the guidance for what he does. You just find out that when he's keeping quiet, he's actually supposed to keep quiet. When he's talking, he's actually supposed to be talking. When he's not wearing a cap, he's actually supposed not to wear a cap. When he's wearing a cap, he's actually supposed to wear a cap. Everything he does, you find congruence in it. Because he has a light in his mind that controls his actions. That is the light of Aql and Iman. He says, what in hadith is sahih? Shaykh Al-Islam Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah also makes us understand that in a hadith that is sahih, the Messenger said, alayhi salatu wassalam, Inna ad-Dajjal maktubun bayna aydayhi kafirun. Dajjal al-Kazzab, al-Masih al-Kazzab, we know Dajjal. He has something written on his forehead. What is that thing? Kafir. Yaqra'uhu kullu mu'minin. Every believer in Allah will be able to read it. Keferi lele. Dajjal. Keferi no. The Muslim will see it on his face. When the person of Iman sees Dajjal, it will be written on the face of Dajjal, Kafir. Ubileje keferi okuro. To be on his face. Every mu'min, whether you went to school or not, you will see it. You see, you'll be able to read it. Keferi lele read Kafir. On his forehead. May Allah protect us from the fitna of Dajjal. The Prophet said, alayhi salatu wassalam, Yaqra'uhu kullu mu'minin. Every believer will be able to read Kafir on his forehead of Dajjal. Wa ghayru qari'in. Even if that person did not learn ABC or Alifun Ba'un Ta'un, he can't read anything. Once he sees Dajjal, he'll be able to read it. Iman will give him the ability to read Kafir on the head of Dajjal. فَدَلَّ عَلَىٰ أَنَّ الْمُؤْمِنِ. This hadith therefore proves that the believer in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يَتَبَيَّنُ لَهُ مَا لَا يَتَبَيَّنُ لِغَيْرِهِ. Things that do not become ordinarily clear to others will become clear to him. Things that will be clear to him may not be clear to others. وَلَا سِيَّمَا فِي الْفِتَنِ. Especially during the times of fitna. When he looked at, fitna. Recently, let me just say this. I'll say it in a way that will understand it. About 8 years ago, we went for a Hajj, we came back. I was there when one of the scholars was asked, why did you not visit Sheikh so and so and so? He replied in serious anger, if I don't visit that Sheikh, does it mean that I have not performed Hajj? My Hajj is incomplete if I don't visit him, Abi? I am sure when I left there, when we came back and I was telling the brother, I wasn't living in Yoruba land at the time, I was in Kaduna. I was narrating this incident to one of the brothers. I said, write it down. This person, there's a fitna that will happen to him because of what he had said. He died in that fitna. He died in the fitna. He said, why did you not visit Shaykh? So he said, if I don't visit that Shaykh, my heart is incomplete, Abi. When I left, I said, Kai! This statement, he died in the fitna that came from. May Allah protect Allah. فدل على أن المؤمن يتبين له ما لا يتبين لغيره. There is a brother who reminded me when this person died. See, and you said it that he's going to die in the fitna. The fitna came, he died inside. فدل على 8 years ago. فدل على أن المؤمن, the hadith of Dajjal shows that the mu'min, the believer in Allah and His Messenger, يتبين له ما لا يتبين لغيره ولا سيما في الفتن. Things will become clear to him that may not be clear to others, especially in the matters concerning fitna. وينكشف له حال الكذاب الوضاع على الله ورسوله. The one who truly believes in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when al-kazzabun al-wadda'un ala Allah wa rasulihi, those who lie, al-wadda'un, who also fabricate lies and ascribe those lies to Allah and His Messenger, when he sees them, يَنْكَشِفُ لَهُ حَالَهُمْ. Once they are talking, he knows this one, this one, this one, only fitinani. This one, only fitinani. He knows. Yoruba, what will you say? What will you ask that person? Yoruba, and Afanya, on will tell you, he sees with the light of Iman inside his mind. فإن الدجال, because Dajjal أكذب خلق الله, he is the most lying, he is the worst of the liars among the creatures of Allah. مع أن الله يجري على يديه أمورا هائلة, even though Allah will make very big, serious events to happen on the hands of Dajjal. He is a liar. Dajjal will be able to say, everybody, rain, there will be rain. Okay, your land should drown, then there's no land again. You know one of the things he mentioned about him, alayhi salatu wasalam, he can come to your city, under your city, let's say in Oshun, in Ilesha you have gold, Abi? In Oshun, in Ilesha you have gold. The judge can come and say, the gold in Ilesha, follow me. He will just follow you. It's in hadith. Yes, he's a liar. You know when he says, the gold of Ilesha follow me, and the gold in Ilesha follows him. If you tell the people that Ukuranio, they'll say, I'm far. Ewo, Ole Paromi, Olehi, Semiri, Utonio. He's a liar. Fitna. But the mu'min, what will the mu'min say? Say, oh, you are a liar. You are the Kazab, Dajjal. Our Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam had, because he has insight and deep intellect, he was not carried away by that the people say. Yorubas have a way of reporting information. On a very more relaxed note, some people in Ede said one 13-year-old boy of Ede went to Ifa, is it Ifa Oshun or where? Idu Oshun. Our Ede, one of my 13-year-old boys, all of Idu Oshun. Oagbe Aga Oba Idu Oshun lo Ede. They said it to me. Unfortunately, when they were saying it, they were in my vehicle. Today, Ellen is a roar. I said, tell me, boy, that was the first question. Did you hear it or you saw it? They said, I feel you more. But did you hear it or you saw it? They said, everybody knew. I said, I didn't say that everybody did not know. But you, did you hear it or you saw it? They said, I said, okay. How did he, they didn't answer that question. I left. So how did the 13-year-old boy carry the Agaoba Ifosho? You do also. My people in there, they say, I like it. All the affair did it, but it's all the affair. 13-year-old boy. Who are the Agaoba? These kinds of things are many amongst Yoruba. They even use it regarding the issues of Akira. They say, they saw one man in Kano. If I hear that one, anybody who says this thing, I say, you saw him in Kano. Say yes. What was he doing in Kano? In fact, he did that. You know when they say somebody died in Oshogbo, they saw him in... These are lies. Lies. But still, many of the people who follow the lies. You know why they will follow the lies? Their intellect is what? Intellect is down. Intellect. Some people who have an intellect that is down, they say we don't have President Buhari. The one we have is Buhari Sudan. Majnun, Haga. Majnun. It's not Buhari, it is who? They say Sudan, down Sudan. Down Sudan? How can down Sudan be the husband of Aisha? I mean, يحسب أنه على شيء وليس على شيء رجل لا أكل له. That man who is saying that does not have anything. And people who don't have senses like him, they follow him too. It is down Sudan that went to UK to do holiday now. Down Sudan. When they pressed his biometrics at the airport, because you do it fingerprint, it is the fingerprint of down Sudan that's in the database of England, UK, at their airport, at their immigration boundaries. It is the fingerprint of down Sudan that's there. So when down Sudan went, he pressed it, you enter UK. Kuno Kala. These kinds of things are many. That's why false news, false stories, what do they call them? Fake news. It has destroyed a lot of people. It has destroyed so many things in countries of the world. The reason why many of the people fall prey to fake news is because the mind is low. It can't recognize falsehood. So low mind. You don't need anybody to tell you that it is fake news. But because the mind is not critical, it cannot analyze anything. What can I analyze? Oh, analyze. Have you analyzed now? Critical explanation, understand. He does not understand anything. Okay, so for the mu'minul aqil, يعرف الأمور ينكشف له حال الكذاب الوضاء على الله ورسوله. Whenever a person is a blunt liar, fabricating lies and ascribing those lies to Allah and His Messenger, the mu'min with aql, he realizes, look at this one. فإن الدجال أكذب خلق الله مع أن الله يجري على يديه أمورا هائلة. Despite the fact that Allah will make so many big things to happen from the hands of Dajjal. Dajjal is still a liar. وَمَخَارِقَ مُزَلْزِلَةً. Dajjal, Allah will make makhariq, abnormal things, al-muzalzila, that will shake the mind. Abnormal things that will shake the mind, like the mu'min that he will saw into two and bring him together again. The Muslims say, you have just confirmed to me that you are a liar. See, he will say he is Allah. He can bring to life and he can kill. He will wake the father of the mu'min from the grave. Wake up. Is that not amrun khariqun muzalzilun? It is an abnormal thing, tremendously shaking. Shaking. So you tell the boy's father, stand up from the grave. The man's father will stand up. Say, talk to your son. Say, now, do you believe that I'm the one Uhyil Mauta? Do you now believe that I'm the one giving life to the dead? The boy will say, no, you are Dajjal. Say, okay, you now, I'll cut him. He cuts him into two. He saws him into two. And brings him back again. You now believe that I'm Allah? Say, you have just confirmed it that you are Dajjal. What makes this boy to say this at this time is what? Al-Iman wal-Aql. He recognizes a liar. Dajjal. Hatta anna man ra'ahu istatana bihi. The fitna of this Dajjal will be so great that even those who see him alone, they will get into fitna out of that. فَيَكْشِفُهَا اللَّهُ لِلْمُؤْمِنِ. But that fitna, Allah will make it clear to the believer that it is fitna. حَتَّى يَعْتَقِدَ كَذْبَهَا. So that he is going to believe that what Dajjal is doing is a lie. He's done it. وَبُطْلَانَهَا. He's going to know that what Dajjal is doing is null and void. وَكُلَّمَا قَوِيَ الْإِيمَانُ فِي الْقَلْبِ. Each time the iman, the trust in Allah and the belief in Allah of an individual becomes strengthened in his heart, قَوِيًا كِشَافُ الْأُمُورِ لَهُ. The way things will be becoming clear to him will also be very strong. When you say this, we are going to say, don't do that one. This one will bring sickness. This one will bring trouble. This one will bring he understands. May Allah protect us. So things will be clear to him. وَعَرَفَ حَقَائِقَهَا مِنْ بَوَاطِنِهَا. He will be able to segregate between the truth of a matter and the lies in the matter. He will be able to segregate between what is true in the matter. This one is a lie. Iman and Aql will guide him by Allah's mercy to be able to say, in a huge narrative, this one can be true. This one is a lie. This is true. This is lie. It makes them ease between truth and falsehood. وَكُلَّمَا ضَعُفَ الْإِيمَانِ ضَعُفَ الْكَشْفِ. Each time Iman becomes weak in the heart of an individual, ضَعُفَ الْكَشْفِ. His ability to discern and have things clearly will be weak too. وَكَذَلِكَ مِثْلُ السِّرَاجِ الْقَوِيِّ وَالسِّرَاجِ الضَّعِيفِ فِي الْبَيْتِ الْمُظْلِمِ. That is the same way a siraj, a lamp, a means of light in a house, when it is strong in a house that is dark, you are able to see through properly. Abi? How about when the siraj is weak? You will not be able to see properly. There's what we call the torch. You call it torch light. But I don't know whether, what is the name? Is it torch or torch light? Is it torch or torch light? Torch. Good. When the battery of the torch is weak, what happens? It will show a light, but it will be weak. This thing is weak. But when it is new, once you turn on the torch, what do you have? Brightness. Likewise, Iman. When Iman is weak, you will not be able to see things well. When Iman is strong in your heart, the way you see things will be so clear. You will even be one to say, so that's why when there is fitna, what did the Shaykh says we should do? من فقه الفتن لزوم أهل الخير العقلاء في الخير أهل الإيمان والبصيرة. We should start al-asl al-kamil, but we'll leave that for our discussions on Ramadan, even if it be 10 to 15 minutes. Ramadan is just around the corner, about 2 days away, and I'm sure we would have been buying food. Gari, is that how you call it? Or gari? Oh, let's say okay. Say gari, gari. Gari. Lagos people will laugh at you. They say, we will say it's so we would have bought gari. Yorubas don't like gari in Ramadan. They prefer amala. Cool? So what is elubo? We would have bought elubo, rice. Now semo. Semo is a new trend. It wasn't there before. As kids we ate amala, either lafu or dudu. I don't even know whether children know what is lafu now. So Montunja lafu. Ibrahim, you know what is lafu? MashaAllah. Al-Amin, you know what is lafu? You know lafu? Mashallah. But have you eaten lafu before? With what? Here. Sorry. So, it used to be lafu and juju. Amala lafu ati amala juju. We buy all this. Then meat, fish, rice. And then our mothers would have been making ogi. What you must say? They'll be making ogi. They'll be making ogi. All these are preparations for Ramadan. Those who feed people would have been stockpiling food now. Those are from the best of those who gain in Ramadan. Wallahi. Providing food in Ramadan. They'll be stockpiling. They would have been moving the bags of rice and that. I have one of our brothers, one day we were in Hajj. He wanted to feed people on the day of Arafah. I said that is the food they will eat on the day of Eid. So I heard him. He sent a whole trailer of rice. Full trailer of rice was distributed in his town. Full trailer of rice. He said full trailer of rice and groundnut oil. So, tazawwadu, these are from the preparations we need. But there is the best of that. فَإِنَّ خَيْرَ الزَّادِ التَّقْوَى. The best of what we all should prepare is being sure that we fast and do everything in Ramadan for the sake of Allah alone. This is the biggest preparation. The preparation of our soul itself. Okay, what am I now? What level am I now? What are the good deeds I'm able to do now? Assess it and set a goal for yourself. There will be brothers who don't wait for Qiyamul Layl. I don't doubt it. There will be people amongst us here who will not be waiting for Qiyamul Layl. There will be men and women. Start thinking about how your Qiyam Ramadan will be regular throughout. There are some people who hardly make their nawafil, their rawatib. Start planning how your rawatib will be regular in Ramadan. There are some people who hardly give out something. May Allah protect us. He hardly gave kofu yani kari. It can be out of stinginess. It can be out of ghafla. It can be out of ahun. Ó sì lè jẹ́ pé kòró ni pé ìwọ náà fún yẹn ní nǹkan. Start planning. What will I give in this Ramadan? Start thinking about it. What do I have that I can give? Or what can I do? I can get money so that I can give somebody. And let me also give somebody something in Ramadan. Start planning on that. Start planning how your wives and children will be able to make Qiyamul Layl in Ramadan properly. Don't plan for yourself alone. How will I organize my wife or wife and children? How will we make Qiyamul Layl in Ramadan? How will my wife not be missing Salatul Maghrib at the time of Iftar? Many women join Maghrib to Isha at the time of Isha in Ramadan. So, when they say, pé ọ̀rọ̀ sí sínú iná ni, kí sínú má bàa pẹ́ náà ni, tètè máa dáná sínú. Abu, monitor her to be sure that she starts cooking early. In the north, they start cooking after Salatul Zuhur. I tell you this, in many houses, immediately after Salatul Asr, the store is ready. Hausas do that a lot. So you can start cooking early, so that your iftar will be iftar of sunnah. You eat some dates, dry dates. If you don't have wet dates, if you don't have some gobs of water, you make Salatul Maghrib, and after that you eat food. If the food is already ready, sometimes the Abu will be shouting, don't let this trouble to happen in the house. He starts to I'm sure these things are not strange in home. Those who be saying Subhanallah, there are people who have not married. You don't have a wife, you say Subhanallah. Sometimes, the worst of them, when the iftar is amala, so they will bring the soup and amala. They will not bring water for you to wash your hands. So you'll be looking at, this is amala, this is other, but you can't eat it. You start saying, Umu, hey, say, I'm coming home. Say, Umu, bring water to wash my hands. Say, I'm coming now. She will not come. That period of time, what will you be doing? Subhanallah. Subhanallah. She gave you opportunity to do azkar, so? Let us start arranging how these kinds of infractions will not happen. Don't be annoyed at the time of iftar. The Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam says the Sa'im has farhata. The person fasting has two times of joy. The first one is what? Now, when he makes iftar. The second one will be what? Allahu Akbar. When he makes Allah to receive the reward. So the time of iftar is the time of joy. So start cooking early. And then the women, like I mentioned in the morning class, women who are fasting are women who are breastfeeding, because this is an issue. Women who are breastfeeding, women who are pregnant, you have opportunity. If you become discomforted because of these two things, you become uncomfortable, it's not easy for you to fast because of these two things. Just make your fidya. This is what is correct from the companions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. It is reported from Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu anhuma. It is reported from Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma. And like I said, one of our teachers said, that is also the fatwa of Abu Hurairah radiyallahu anhu and our mother Aisha radiyallahu anha. وَمَنِ النَّاسِ. Who again? Al-Imam Ibn Qudama al-Muqdasi. He says, لَا يُعْرَفُ لَهُمْ مُخَالِفٌ مِنَ الصُّحَابَةِ. Masahabika katotu from me. That when a pregnant woman is not fasting in Ramadan, she will feed a poor fasting person. When a breastfeeding woman is not fasting in Ramadan, she will feed a poor and a fasting person. That's all. She will not make qada'u after Ramadan. This is what is established from the companions of the Prophet Muhammad. One of the scholars who wrote about it, he said when Ibn Abbas and Ibn Umar radiallahu anhum were asked about these issues and they were giving this fatwa, who taught them? In his thinking, that explanation of theirs regarding that verse of the Quran, وَعَلَى الَّذِينَ يُطِيقُونَهُ فِدْيَةٌ طَعَامُ مِسْكِينٍ. That is the tafsir of the Sahaba. It's لَهُ حُكْمُ الرَّسْلِ. So this explanation of Ibn Abbas, that verse is talking about four people. The man who is aged, the woman who is aged, al-hamil wal-murdi, the woman who is pregnant and the woman who is breastfeeding. He said this verse is saying that when fasting becomes unbearable, they should stop the fast and they should feed fasting people who are poor fasting people. Bismillah, many of the scholars too have said that this is the right thing to do. Amongst the Tabi'un, that is the view of Sa'id ibn Jubayr. That is the view of Ikrimah al-Barbari. That is also the view of Atā ibn Abi Rabah. La qadā'a alayhima. That's what all of them say. That's also the view of Qatada ibn Di'ama al-Sadusi. Amongst Tabi'un, we see 4 companions, 4 Tabi'un. It's a very, very strong view. Bismillah. I think that resolves that on that issue. If we have questions generally about Ramadan that will make us remember some other things that we should talk about from the beginning. We all know how to start Ramadan, cool? You are not the one to tell me that what you wrote to Lugu Mashao. Don't tell me what you wrote to Lugu Mashao. Because it has no meaning. Abdullah ibn Umar radiyallahu anhuma said, Tara an-nasu al-hilal. He says, فَرَأَيْتُهُ وَأَخْبَرْتُ النَّبِيَّ صَلَّى اللَّهُ عَلَيْهِ وَآلِهِ وَسَلَّمْ أَنِّي رَأَيْتُهُ. He said the people were all searching, looking for the crescent. So I saw it. I went to tell the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam, I have sighted the moon. So he called Bilal, tell the people to start fasting. Ibn Umar did not start sending the message across that people should start fasting, despite the fact that he was the one who sighted the moon. He came back to tell the Prophet first, alayhi salatu wasalam. So those who tell us to start fasting or not to fasting, they are the authorities. The authorities that I mean, I'm not saying the Imam of your masjid. I'm not talking about Baba Adini of your masjid. In our country, the authority for that is the Sultan. So when you hear Sultan say start fast, start. When you hear he says stop, stop. Don't say, did he not say when they start the moon, you should start fasting? Who started the moon? Who will tell day to start fasting? Not you. So you start counting. They started the moon in Taraba. They started it in Jalingo. They started it in Ilorin. All these statements people used to make, they amount to nothing. They are useless. The person who should process that information and tell us to start fasting is those in authority. I think that will resolve the issue about the hastiness sometimes from our brothers and some people who easily, they say, oh, someone started the moon in Ede. Quickly, they started fasting should start. It is wrong. May Allah protect us. What else? Now, alaykum salam. Apart from the old men and women, the pregnant woman and the breastfeeding woman, المريض الذي لا يرجى برؤه, the sick person that we don't anticipate that he may get well, like someone who has a very chronic ulcer in his stomach. He may not be able to fast. He's in that category. He will be making fidya. If you say you should make qada because those who are sick make qada, he does not have a day that his ulcer will stop. So he is in the category of those whose weakness cannot go away, like the elderly persons, male and female. I hope that the point is clear. Now, alaykum salam. Can we perform i'tikaf in Aleku Wado? Or where? Where are you living? Agubelewo. Ring Road. Ring Road is long. Ring road is long. Ring road can be in Aberedia. Do you know? Where are you living? You are afraid. Islauddin. Okay. That area has a name. Huh? Okeoniki. Oh, you don't know the name of the area? You don't want to tell us for security reasons. Allah protect us. Now, can you make itikaf as Okeoniki? Why did you ask this question whether you can make itikaf as Okeoniki? Why did you not ask, can you make Tarawih as Okeoniki? لأنك نعم رأيت حديثا ما رواه حذيفة بن اليمان ماذا قال فيه النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام ماذا قال لا اعتكاف إلا في المساجد الثلاث أنت تعتقد أن الحديث صحيح تعتقد ذلك إذا فبقي التأويل لأن إذا كان الحديث صحيحا عندك بقي التأويل بقي الفهم ماذا فهمت من الحديث فهمت ماذا عليه الصلاة والسلام أنت تفهم من الحديث أن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم نهى عن الاعتكاف في غير المساجد المذكورة في غير المساجد المذكورة نعم فانتهى أخذت جوابك هل يجوز أن يصلي الإنسان صلاة العيد في غير المصلى لماذا فعلت لأن عليه الصلاة والسلام النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام كان يخرج من المسجد ويصلي في المصلى هي السنة إلا إذا دعت إلى غير ذلك الحاجة إذا دعت الحاجة مثلا المطر شدة المطر وما أشبه ذلك فتصلي داخل المسجد ايوه معروف ايه مع ذلك إذا كان فيه مطر وأنت أصلا ينبغي أن تخرج إلى المصلية وتصلي هناك ينبغي أن تخرج إلى المصلي وتصلي هناك لكن منعك المطر وقريب منك مسجد لا تصلي في المسجد لأن الحديث ضعيف تصلي داخل بيتك أخذت جوابك آمين. We have been listening to him. He's been talking. What was he saying? The first question was, he was asking that is it lawful for us to make i'tikaf in any masjid, in any other masjid? So that was why I was asking him, in masjid in Okeoniki, is it lawful to make i'tikaf? So I asked him, why is he asking that question? Why did he not ask whether it is lawful to make tarawih in Okeoniki? Why is he asking about i'tikaf? Why not asking about tarawih? He said because he read a hadith in which the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam prohibited making i'tikaf in any other masjid except the 3 masajid. I said, okay. Does he believe that the hadith is sahih? He said, yes, he believes it. I said, good. What have you now understood from the hadith? How have you interpreted the hadith? Because there are those who believe the hadith to be sahih, but they have an interpretation for it. So what's your interpretation for it? He says he interprets it to mean that The Prophet ﷺ prohibits that we make i'tikaf in any masjid except in these three masjids. I say, khalas. That's all. He took his answer. The second question was about making Salatul Eid in the masjid. I said, no, the sunnah is to make Salatul Eid outside the masjid, in a place that is designated for that. Except when there is a difficulty that makes you come back to the masjid. He now said there's a hadith that says praying Salatul Eid in the masjid during the rain, that the hadith is declared weak. I say, okay, if there is rain heavily and you can't go to the musalla, but you can enter your masjid, where will you pray? So I asked him, will you pray inside your room or your parlor or that masjid near you? What will you do? Or even the rain has stopped, but there's a lot of erosion, water flowing on the street. The rain has stopped. Where will you pray? You can trek to the musalla, you pray in the masjid. The only thing he didn't add is that there are afar on that from the companions, like Ali ibn Abi Talib, who allow that when there is rain or difficulty like this, preventing us to go to the musalla, we can observe Salatul Eid inside the masjid. Now, alaykum salam. Amin one. They must repeat the fact. If this religion were based on logic, that position would have been correct. If this deen, I listened to it too. I responded to it in the class in the morning. If this deen was based on logic, it would have been correct. So all those analyses, some people made those analyses. Abdullah ibn Abbas radiyallahu anhuma. Someone came to him and said, his wife or one of the women who had a baby for him amongst the slaves, mimma malakat yaminuhu, came to him and said she will not be able to continue fasting, and she was pregnant at the time. Abdullah ibn Abbas said to her, he said, you are anti ala manzilatil kabir. You are in the status of an elderly person, Ibn Abbas. But the clip you quoted gives the pregnant woman in the status of the traveler and the sick person. But Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu said, the pregnant woman is like the aged person. And the isnad is sahih. So which statement should I take? I should take that of Ibn Abbas, or I should take that of Ibn. Do you understand? Ibn Abbas radiallahu anhu told that woman to break her fast and feed the poor, make fidya, wala qada'a alayha. and she has no qada as is in other riwayat for her to make. That view of the companion is awla min qawli ahadin min an-nas. Now it is not just with Ibn Abbas. That is clearly the same position of who? Abdullah ibn Umar. So for us it suffices. In that audio he was saying, once of Ibn Abbas, say Ibn Abbas was so funny. Ṣé òtún ká sọ pé ọ̀rọ̀ tó sọ ìmọ̀lò tí kí n sọ pé Ibn Abbas ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kò tó ní. Kò tó ṣe èèyàn bí èèyàn lórí ọ̀rọ̀ ètò ẹ̀ ṣe ìta ló sọ pé kẹ́kẹ́ ká sọ pé Abdullah ibn Abbas Abul Abbas al-Qurashi ló sọ bẹ́ẹ̀ kò tó tẹ̀lé ni. So when we ask you, this your view, who said it? What did you tell us? Ọ̀rọ̀ tí ìta ló sọ. Ọ̀rọ̀ tí wáyé sàábí ànábì ló sọ sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Abdullah ibn Abbas and Abdullah ibn Umar. In the case of Ibn Umar, it was his daughter who came to complain that thirstiness is disturbing her in Ramadan and she was pregnant. Ibn Umar's daughter. He said, go and drink water and feed a poor fasting person in Ramadan. So when you ask us, this one you are saying, Abdullah ibn Abbas lo sọ, Abdullah ibn Umar lo sọ. When we ask you, kì í tẹ́ sọ ẹ wá dé ìbò kalẹ̀ ẹ̀yìn tó rìn àjò ẹ̀yìn tó rìn kìíníkà ẹ wá máa rojọ́. Ṣẹ́jọ́ lẹ̀sìn ni. So, if you want to take any other position on this view, ẹjọ́ ìyẹn ó máa pọ̀. Dinu Nabi Muhammadin Asaf. This deen is based on Asaf. Bó ni wọ́n ṣe ṣe àwọn náà ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀. That's why I said if this deen were based on logic, that position would have been interesting. Because there are a lot of logic inside it. But if this deen is based on asar, riwaya, report, it will not hold any water at all. Allahu Ala. Ameen wa antum khairan. We'll make this the last question. Okay, and you. Yes. Apart from beggars, Atorobara, Mala, you don't know poor people in the community. If you don't know it, then it's not good. It's not good not to know people who are poor. You must look for them. Start tomorrow. Go to your masjid. It's not good for us to say, oh me, I don't know those who are poor. Why? There are too many not to know. There are too many not to know. Don't be surprised. Many of these brothers so get like they need the food too. I tell you this. So go. But you know the way Allah has made us. La yas'aluna an-nasa ilhafa. They will not ask you for anything. وَتَحْسَبُهُمْ أَغْنِيَاءَ مِنَ التَّعَفُّفِ. So you think that they are rich because they can hold back. Because he can hold back. He won't ask you. He looks okay. Jalabia to think his meat is clean. You can't even say afar. Will you take fidya? You can't say it. It doesn't mean that it's not qualified to receive fidya. That's why many Muslims, when they want to distribute zakah, they go and form one foundation. They start buying machine in the hospital. What's that? Zakah is meant for poor. إنما الصدقات للفقراء والمساكين والعاملين عليها. First aid is zakah. You'll be asking, what investment do you want to do? What investment? It may not be up to investment. Give in to eat food. Yoruba say, Ebiki. So you'll be asking, what do you want to invest? The hunger is suffering will not make him be able to think of investment. You now tell him, go and write proposal. Koto Gazaka. Which brain will he use to write the proposal? And say, proposal or Koto Gazaka. Ma anzalallahu biha min sultan. Allah makes it easy for all of us. It's necessary to know how our classes will be in Ramadan. In my thinking, I think we should continue with our book Fiqh Al-Fitan. Ustaz Duktu said this masjid will be on that tafsir after Salatul Asr on every day in Ramadan. So what do we do? Now, between Zuhur and Asr. We used to sit between Zuhur and Asr. I think that would be good. We're making it between Salatul Zuhur and Salatul Asr. Bi-Iznillah. That Salatul Zuhur, we should give it a time. I think this masjid observes Salatul Zuhur at 1:30. I don't know now. It's been a while I observed Zuhur here. Abu Aisha. Sunnah. When is our Zuhur in our masjid here? 1:30. So 1:30. Let's make Zuhur here so we start the class immediately after Salatul Zuhur. I want us to finish the book, inshallah. So we'll start from next weekend, inshallah. May Allah make it useful for us. May Allah keep us till then and thereafter. May Allah forgive all our shortcomings. We beg Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ramadan that is coming, may Allah make us witnesses. May Allah count us amongst the successful in Ramadan. May Allah count us amongst successful in Ramadan. May Allah count us amongst successful in Ramadan. May He forgive all our shortcomings in Ramadan. May He rectify us in Ramadan. May He draw us nearer to Himself from this Ramadan. May He protect us subhanahu wa ta'ala. Make us from amongst His slaves. The day we shall meet Him, because we shall meet Him. May He make us meet Him when He lives with us. سبحانك اللهم وبحمدك أشهد أن لا إله إلا أنت أستغفرك وأتوب إليك.